Good afternoon and welcome to our webinar. This is Sue Lawton and Deb Weyland, and it's week 18 we are covering today. How are you, Miss Deb Weyland?
I am great. How about yourself? It's sunny, so I'm happy.
Yes, I was going to say we flew back from Australia into all kinds of rain and cloudiness for days. Now we're having sunshine. I am very appreciative.
You and me both, really.
Yes.
And we're glad you're back, and we're glad that we're continuing our webinar, and I'm sure people are waiting to see what's going to happen.
Yes, this is one of our happy thoughts. At every turn, opportunity appears before me. And as it appears, I recognize its value in my life. And it's important as spring is dawning and people are doing different activities that you remember everyone is gifted, but not everyone's opened their package yet.
That's too bad.
Well, you got to be patient with each other and you got to be patient with yourself. Open your package, discover the wonderful treasures hidden inside.
Yeah, and people have to realize that our packages keep changing.
Yes.
Our gifts are changing, so there's a lot of surprises inside.
Yes. Okay, this week it says everything is working out well for me.
Yay!
We've used a version of this for years. Everything's working out perfectly for me. Everything's working out with great rhythm for me. I am in touch with the rhythm of everything working out really well. Because if you are positive with the universe steps right up to support you.
Yeah, and you see it more and more. And when I state those phrases, especially during something that's going to be a little bit more complex or, involving a lot of people, it really does help things go much more smoothly.
Right. We tend to back off from like judging or introducing obstacles. We tend to just say everything is going to work out great and I'm going to stand back and let the universe surprise me. And when I stop trying to manage things and just let the universe do stuff, I am so amazed at how much more clever the universe is than I ever was.
No, it's true. It's really true. If you take a step back and you're not as involved, even though there might be bumps, you just can appreciate the ending much better, and it's much smoother. It really is. And our oils, of course, help that. Some of my favorites are in that blend.
Yes. And somebody just sent a little message that said, I don't know about valerian. Well, valerian.
Little valerian.
I've known about valerian for a really long time. And I really, really, really enjoy valerian. It's
a very earthy smell. How was that? Was that nicely put?
Very diplomatic of you, Miss Deb.
Well, the myrrh and the wild orange counteract that, but the combination of the three is simply amazing, and it really does help you take that step back and kind of chill a little,
Yes, it does. And it helps you just stay focused on, I can see the virtues, I can identify the virtues. And quite honestly, that is the ticket to success.
Yep.
Let's talk about the oils. All right.
Myrrh.
Myrrh.
Yep. I love myrrh.
Everybody's always saying, so what's myrrh good for? Well, it is a wonderful antibacterial agent. It's extraordinary for skin recovery. It's extraordinary for blister recovery. It's extraordinary for keeping skin cells supple, keeping capillaries happy that are on the surface of your skin. It's great for awareness. Emotionally, let's talk about it. On the feeling center is one of inner stillness and peace and of awareness freed from restless and mundane. It replaces feelings of apathy, weakness, and lack of initiative with motivation, power, and strength. Ta-da!
So it's an empowering oil.
It definitely is. And again, about waking up those hidden virtues that you may not have discovered yet.
Right.
It provides clarity, focus, and strength to pull through troubled times. It eases grief and sorrow in loss or separation from a loved one. Myrrh helps to close the wounds of both loss and rejection. It activates upper chakras, calms fear of the future, expands awareness. Used in purification rituals, it calms sexual excitement. So if
Okay.
young people are overexcited, this is a good one to diffuse.
Hey, there might be some older ones that are overexcited too, you know.
That's right. Valerian, mainly from the branch of the spikenard family.
Oh, I did not realize that.
Yeah, well, valerian is the big tree. Go ahead, Deb.
And spikenard is the little baby. It's the branch of. Okay, I like that. Valerian does have a really tranquilizing and calming effect that a lot of people use valerian to help them sleep. They put it up on their third eye and in hopes that they will get some restful sleep. I know that when people are traveling a lot, they like to use that on the plane on those long trips. So to
Yes,
hopefully get some rest, right, Sue?
yes, and I use the valerian with vetiver crossing the big ocean, like the 15-hour flight from
That's right.
California to Australia, using valerian and vetiver right on the bottom of my feet, rolled it on. And then when I was still having trouble, I put it in a capsule, popped it right down my throat. I had very soothing rest.
That's great.
And
And
it's
what people don't realize is how good it is for pain relief too, right?
right. It's very good for the central nervous system, especially if
Mm-hmm.
people are recovering from a surgical thing or aggressive pain from an accident. Valerian with vetiver taken in a capsule has a great soothing effect, so people taking pain medication don't get that, oh, I need more now, I need more now. It fills
Mm-hmm.
that gap on the pain scale.
Well, that's great.
Yes. And
So it aids the pain pills, and then hopefully we don't have to rely on them as much.
well, I don't know about that part. I just know that it helps fill in the gap when people are getting anxious.
Okay, good.
Wild
I
orange,
like
and
wild orange. Yes.
it's anti-carcinogenic. I couldn't tell today. It's mood lifting, it's motivating, it's a self image enhancement, it's a
Mm-hmm.
hormone helper, and it gives you a happy heart.
Mm-hmm. Sure does.
Okay? So combine those and enjoy them.
I love this. If you don't like where you are, move. You're not a tree. I love it.
Well, remember, I'm not quite myself here. I'm still suffering from jet lag, but it seemed like a good idea at the time.
No, but it's true. But you know what? It's true. People act like their roots are buried deep in the ground. They're in a situation where they're not happy or they're uncomfortable, or whether it be a job or where they're living, or and they're afraid to move. They don't want to take that. And we are able to do that. We are able to change those things.
Yes.
So yeah, no, that's really appropriate. I think it goes along with our week very well.
Right. And if you want another oil suggestion, use the blends, motivate and passion to inspire self trust. You can handle the change of moving on. You can handle
Mm-hmm.
the change of interviewing for a new job. You need the perspective to know your value. Yay! moving.
I know that got us moving.
Yes, yes, that got everybody up. They are up and dancing around right now.
Uh-huh.
And this seems
Okay.
like a good idea this morning to put this one
Okay.
in.
Very pretty.
Yes, and because we talked about how the oils can sometimes motivate neurotransmitters to help
Right.
you balance your hormones. When
Mm-hmm.
you do that, I wanted you to see how your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems work together well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys will all get this great chart when you get the webinar or you play it back.
Yeah, that's wonderful because we don't realize how one action creates another, another reaction in our nervous system. So this is really amazing.
Yeah, because a lot of people think, oh, well, it's an independent function. No, no. Everything has an equal, opposite balancing. One is
Mm-hmm.
fight or flight, the other one is rest and digest,
Mm-hmm.
calm. Everything is very cleverly worked out, the miracle that is your human body. And what we try to do is support you with ideas of affirmations, oils, and even music suggestions,
Mm-hmm.
because all those things are so good for your whole body. This, of course, will remind you that it's past time for you to have an aroma touch technique experience. Call your friend you
Woohoo!
went to class with and do a fair trade. Get that aroma touch technique. Get going on it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the virtues you and I talk about all the time, how impressed we
True.
are with how generous everyone is when it comes to
Yes.
helping others.
Yes. Yes. Well, you're a perfect example of that. But it does bring happiness when it's expressed, and we experience joy in forming the intention to be generous. Being generous helps the person you're being generous towards, but it also does so much inside of you. It brings us personal joy inside when we're generous towards others, whether it's an actual physical thing or just an emotional support. So, yeah, Buddha had some good ideas about generosity, definitely.
Right. An act of generosity. A lot of people don't understand that generously accepting, graciously
Mm-hmm.
accepting what others have to offer is a gift of
Yes.
generosity.
Yes.
It lets people know that whatever they're offering is good, it is enough. Because in this day and
Mm-hmm.
age, people suffer from nothing is ever enough.
That's true.
Okay, decide that no matter what is happening around you, the sun will always be shining in your world. Remember how we started with talking about um, everything is working out well for me?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, this is another way of expressing that.
Right. So in other words, even if we have some little bumps and bruises along the way, that it's not exactly the route that we picked,
Yes,
we still have to recognize that things are going to work out.
yes.
Okay. Oh,
This is one of our favorites. You've always
I
had
love it.
power, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you really need to accept you're full of virtues, you're full of good ideas, your inspired ideas are worth following up on.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is good. I always tell my daughter if something occurs to you and it feels good, it's probably a good idea. And it usually means you can do whatever it is you just figured out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wait for
Mm-hmm.
somebody else. Get on with it.
True.
And we want to hear
All
from
right, little Ollie.
all the oil.
Yes. Olive oil is teaching everyone to be respectful to others in so many ways, and we don't want to, judge anyone else and show respect. And he's talking about myrrh this week, and myrrh can help with repairing scars from cuts and scrapes. And I've personally seen that with age-old scars. And just the application of that, they really do lighten up and they get much better. And it does help the cuts heal much faster. It's amazing, amazing oil.
Right. And one of the reasons you use the phrase with olive oil, I am respectful to others. Myrrh predates the Bible by many generations. And myrrh was always something they used in the high courts, the high halls of the old cultures. Whether they burned the incense, they burned the wood, the myrrh scent was something that just spoke of sacred, spoke of rituals, and people were always like, bringing it to kings, frankincense, myrrh, that kind of things.
Right. It normally came in some beautifully decorated containers as well.
Yes, it made the packaging industry start at a very early age.
Yes.
Okay. We always have to remind you about to make space for more love in your life. It's important that you let go of things that were less than loving. You let go of old movies and ideas. You let go of old things you play back in your head that are not good for you. Okay?
Yeah.
Let it go. Make room for love. Make room for love.
Yeah, we've talked about this too. It's letting go of old memories. You don't want to keep reliving the past. And, we all have people in our lives that get stuck in those old patterns and old memories. And it's very hard for them to move on. And a lot of times they don't. So let it go, appreciate it for what it was, but allow yourself to have more opportunities now.
Right on. And part of our weekly thing is we give you more reinforcement about love yourself, accept yourself, value yourself, take time for yourself, feed yourself well. One of the webinars we're going to do later in the week is about affirmations and how to make your own and how to be happy with what you're doing.
Yeah. And they do make such a difference in your life, like when we do our charts or we pull the affirmation cards out of the bowl every day. It really does change the way you think. When I forget to do it, the morning doesn't seem to go as well as it does when I do it. So it's really important to do all these things and say them and mean them.
And remember, if you're being yourself and others try to make you uncomfortable or help you do things differently, there's something wrong with them, not with you. Okay? So just sort of go la 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 la, keep on being yourself. And here's another formula.
Love it.
Okay, give it a shot. Rub it over your core and say, I forgive myself for being silly for a really long time. Now I'm making more space for more perfect love in my life.
Love it. The combination of those will be great too.
Yes. And that would be all for today. We'd like to thank you for joining us and for having fun on this bright, sunshiny day. And we want to let you know that if you check Facebook pages, we have more webinars coming up this week and next. We'll knock your socks off.
Okay, remember, everything is working out great for us. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Dr. Sue.
Thank you, Miss Deb. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay, bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.